Okay, the next thing we can do is we're just hanging out and standing, and I tell our other students in our class, you can do some of these things in the grocery store or brushing your teeth. There are so many options. There's just no getting around it. Okay, is calf raises. So all we're going to do is come up onto our tippy toes, squeezing and slowly coming down. Up onto our tippy toes, you can even walk a little if your balance isn't there, and coming down. And we do 10 of those. Okay, so that is calf raises. When we're done with our calf raises, we may want to stretch our calves out. They get very tight. So we'll step forward with one foot forward, bending the front knee, taking the back foot and making sure the heel stays firmly planted on the floor. We bend the back knee slightly, maybe leaning forward, seeing how that feels. You'll feel a nice stretch in your calf and your soleus muscle back there. And switching legs. That feels so good. The next thing we're going to move on to is called a one-leg balance quadricep stretch. And why I call it that is because I'm combining the balance with the stretch. So we can take our right hand and place our palm out, drawing our right ankle up to our right hand. And we want to press our pelvis forward as we pull that leg back. Now, if you want to place your hand on the wall or on a chair, that's fine too. You can also do it with your hand facing your body. So we have our hand on our ankle, we press our pelvis forward as we draw that knee back, standing tall, and we've got a nice quadricep stretch and balance. Okay? We do the same thing on the opposite side. The next thing we're going to do is called standing pigeon. Now, standing pigeon can also be seated pigeon or lying pigeon. You can do it in any way, but I'll show you standing pigeon. If you want to use a chair, I also do this when I get out of a car for long drives. I get out and hold on to the car. I put my leg, my right ankle up above my left knee and slowly sink down. You can even press your knee out. Make sure this foot stays flexed for stability in that knee. Oh, this feels so good in your hips and sciatic. Oh, yes. Okay, and we do the same thing on the opposite side. If you want to put a balance to that, you can put your hands at heart center and slowly sink down, and this is called standing balance pigeon. So there you go. The next thing we're going to do is a glute squeeze. This I can't really show you. I'm just going to talk you through it. So standing with your feet hip width apart, a smile on your face so nobody knows what you're doing. You're going to squeeze your glutes, and in your brain you're going to count to 10. Squeeze, 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 and release. And do that 10 times. The next exercise is called our Kegel exercises. All us women know what that is. If you don't, just Google Kegel. So we need you to do 10 of those as well. It creates stability in the pelvic floor muscles. So we're also going to squeeze our Kegel, do our Kegel hold, hold, hold for 10 breaths and release. Great job. We've kind of done an overall body exercise balance. Next, I'm going to show you some things that if you're sitting in a chair, some of us, if we're a meetings TD, we may be in a chair a lot of times or in an auditorium. So if we're in our chair, we can come to the edge of our chair, sitting tall always. Taking our right leg out, we'll call them leg lifts. And just lift your leg up, slowly come down, not touching the floor. And do 10 on one side, and then 10 on the other. Remembering on all these exercises, we go very slowly. Because we don't want to work with our momentum, but we want to feel something in every movement. So leg lifts, awesome. Again, we can do our curls in the chair, just as I explained. We can also do our triceps in the chair. We can do a twist. So we can take our right hand and put it on our left knee. Take our left hand behind us, sitting tall. And then as we exhale, slowly twist towards the left. Maybe release and avoid an extra chiropractic visit. Coming forward, taking our left hand on our right knee, we twist to the opposite side. Oh, believe me, that feels so good in the 30 seconds it takes to do it. The next thing is our chest opener. We can reach back on the back of our chair, holding onto our chair and open our chest, maybe leaning forward a bit, drawing our shoulders back and down and in. Ooh, maybe doing a couple shoulder rolls as well. And again, if we're sitting down, no time like now to do more glute squeezes. We want to have awesome rear ends as we get older, don't we? Oh well, we all say that anyway. So this is the way to do it. Squeeze those glutes in the chair. Okay, the last one. You can't do this probably out in public, but in your room, definitely we got to work on our core, our abs. So we'll do some abdominal exercises. I'll get on the floor really quickly. So down we come, laying on our back. As we lay down and support our head in our hands, we're going to tuck that low back onto the floor. So tuck the pelvis forward, putting the low back on the floor, and then we proceed to lift our legs up to a 90-degree angle. A little tip here, if you draw them in, it's less sensation. If you draw them away from the body, lengthening the lever, it's more difficult, more sensation. So play with that. We lift up, hold, and then twist to the left, come back to center, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze up, and slowly release. Then come up, squeeze, and remember, slowly twist to the opposite side, come back to center, and slowly come down. And we do 10 sets of those, and release. Perfect. From here, since we've worked a little bit of the front core, we will roll over and work the back core. We'll do our locust. So with our hands down by our sides, reaching towards our feet, we'll lift our chests and our legs off the floor as our gaze stays at the floor, so our neck stays in alignment with the spine, and we'll continue to breathe and hold, hold, hold. An option on the inhale would be to inhale your legs out, exhaling your legs in. Inhaling out, exhaling in, holding for at least a count of 10, a slow count of 10, and release. There we go. So, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please give us a call or email us and print off your sheet, take it with you, have an awesome trip, have an awesome function if you're a travel director. I miss you guys, and see you soon. Martha. Namaste.